me to admire him from a distance. To think of his infinite superiority to all the rest of the world. With gratitude, wonder, and respect.
Oh, Harriet, I am not surprised that his service to you was enough to melt your heart.
Oh, yes, the very recollection of it. And all that I felt at the time when I saw him coming to my rescue. How very noble he looked. How everything changed from perfect misery to perfect happiness.
Oh, it is very natural that you should be so grateful. Oh, but, Harriet, beware. I think you should check your feelings. Do not get carried away. Be observant of him. Let his behaviour to you be your guide. More wonderful things have happened. There have been many happy and unequal marriages, but no more. I am telling you this, for we will never talk about this again. No names shall pass between us, and there will be no possibility of a mistake this time. But you should know, I do approve of the man in question, though we will never mention his name again.
Mrs. Elton, the ball seems to...
Now, Jane, time is rushing by. We must find you a good position.
Come. All the best places will be snapped up.
As I have told you before, I must wait until the summer. There are plenty of places which deal in the governor's trade.
Oh, dear. You make it sound like slavery. Yes, your music will help you.
I am sorry, Emma.
If you only knew how to play the harp.
I really don't know what you've done for Mrs. Elton to behave towards you in this way.
I cannot say that Mrs. Elton's friendship is much of a loss to me. I am astonished, however, at how Jane Fairfax encourages her confidence.
Maybe she lacks the sensible comfort of an equal friendship. Little wonder she has to make do with the Mrs. Eltons of the world.
You know how highly you think of Jane Fairfax.
Anyone may know how highly I think of Miss Fairfax.
And yet, you may not be aware how highly. The extent of your admiration may take you by surprise one day.
Ah, you finally heard the gossip, have you? Mr. Cole told me of his suspicions weeks ago.
And what did you say to Mr. Cole?
I told him I was not about to turn Miss Fairfax into Mrs. Knightley. She would not have me if I asked her. I like Jane and admire her. She's a charming young woman. But she has a fault. She's reserved, more reserved than she used to be. And I like an open temperament. Until Cole mentioned it, the thought hadn't entered my head. Go and get it.
Well then, what do you have to say to that?
I say I never saw a man so occupied with not being in love that I should not be surprised if we were yet to hear wedding bells.
Isabella has had 5 children.
This is true.
Do you think it strange that I, her only sister, did not go to London for any of their births?
Do you think it's strange? I was there after all.
That's what I mean. I do love Highbury. And I've never felt like leaving, and I could never leave Father, but the fact that I have no desire to travel might look strange to other people.
To Frank Churchill.
Oh no, he doesn't think badly of me.
Mrs. Elton, then? You've never bothered about what people thought before?
Even Jane Fairfax has friends, and the desire to be with them in Ireland and Weymouth.
If you were to ask me, I would say that you were in need of a project.
Box Hill. It will be a very small and intimate party, and we will only invite people we like.
Box Hill? Oh, yes. Well, I will arrange everything. I'm so experienced in organising the carriages. Leave the whole expedition in my hands.
I know, Mr. Weston is the friendliest man in the world. I just wish he wasn't so friendly. Now I will have to suffer the Eltons. And I was so looking forward to our trip to Box Hill.
I don't know, dear Emma. It seems to me always best never to contemplate eating outside.
Mrs. Elton's carriage horse is injured, which means we all cannot go to Box Hill. That woman ruins everything.
We are only to postpone. We will go, Emma.
In the meantime, why don't you all come to Donwell? The strawberries are ripe, and those who wish to sit indoors may do so.
Oh, what a delightful idea. I should like that best of all. I shall wear a large bonnet and put a pink ribbon on my basket. But how on earth will we all get to Donwell? We can all go on donkeys. A necessity